Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're here for the first time. This is Divine Truth Tarot, where we talk about all things twin flame journey, divine feminine, divine masculine energy. And I'm here today because I received a gift in the mail. Thank you, Jennifer, so much for your generous donation to the channel. She chose one of my decks off of my Amazon wish list, and this is one that I've been wanting for a long time. So this is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And we've got three authors, so to speak. We've got Alberto Villado. He is a medical anthropologist, and he has 25 years of experience studying the shamanism medical phenomenon, if you will. Colette Baron-Reed, who's authored a lot of oracles, and Marcela Lobo. So I'm extremely excited. I cannot wait. Just so you guys know, I haven't yet studied the cards, but what I have done is bless the cards, and I can already feel the energy coming off of the cards. So once again, Jennifer, thank you so much for your generous donation to the channel. I plan on using these probably in every reading. I cannot wait to get into them. So what I'm going to do today as a gift to Jennifer and as a gift to all of you, and just to thank you for being here on this channel, thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your comments, and sharing the videos, and just really helping each other and lifting each other up on this very challenging journey. I think this is one of the most challenging journeys a soul can take. So if you're on this journey, just know that you're not alone. And as we go into retrograde season here in the summer, my previous video prior to this one, I think it was 2 days ago on Tuesday, May 12th, that talks about the retrograde season. The first 13 minutes are all about the retrogrades, the planets in retrograde. It's very interesting, it's very informative, and if you guys want me to go into greater detail on the retrogrades, I'm happy to do that, as I am a student of astrology as well, as I know many of you are. But it's definitely going to affect not only our own personal lives, but the world at large, right? The global community, and also our counterparts. It's going to affect their lives, and it's going to affect our unions in very significant ways. I see massive shifts taking place. So if you guys are interested in a personal reading with me, or if you would like a distant Reiki healing session, it's an energy healing session, or if you'd like a true purpose coaching session, I offer all three of those modalities of healing, and you can reach out to me in the description box below. But for now, we're going to get started on our reading. And what I'm going to do actually is I chose a spread from the book, just because I'm really new to this deck. I literally just received it a half an hour ago from Amazon. So because I don't know the cards all that well, and they're going to start speaking to me, as you know, as cards will do over time. I mean, they're already speaking to me, but I want to just do a spread that's from the book, straight from the book today. And I'm going to do a spread for both the masculine and the feminine energies, okay? And then I might choose a few cards for the journey, we'll see. But let's start off with the masculine energies, as we like to do, and see what's going on. Now, what I will say is many feminines have walked away at this time, have walked away in the physical 3D realm and 3D context. And that the reason for that is because your higher self has really guided you to do so. And the masculines have also been displaying in the previous 6 months, let's say, displaying a lot of hot and cold in and out behavior, and the feminines were just fed up. The feminines are putting themselves first, maybe for the first time in their lives, and they're really practicing self-love and self-forgiveness. And by self-forgiveness, it doesn't necessarily mean we feel like we've done anything wrong. It's more of like letting go of the guilt and the shame of any of our previous interactions with with partners, whether it's same sex or opposite sex, it doesn't matter. Gender is fluid, okay, in the world of twin flames, and just really in general. We may define ourselves as a female, but for me, I'm definitely dominant masculine energy. So, when I speak of feminine and masculine, I'm speaking of energy. So if I might refer to he or she, but please know that this channel is open to anyone and everyone. So if you're a same-sex twin flame, or if you're a male who identifies as a divine feminine, this channel is for you, and these messages are for you. So if the pronouns don't apply, please don't take it to heart. It's just, it makes it a little easier that I stick with, kind of one method when I'm describing things and when I'm channeling. But please understand that we all carry both energies within us, and we oscillate. So sometimes you might be dominant feminine energy, and other times you might be dominant masculine energy. But one of the reasons I'm really able to tap into the masculine energy is because I hold so much of that within myself. So, and sometimes where I feel that there's not a lot of feminine energy in, and then other times I feel very feminine and, you know, in that feminine power. I expect that right now there's a lot of energy switching going on. So if you were dominant feminine energy, you might be feeling more dominant masculine. So I think a lot of the feminines are really starting to feel more dominant masculine right now, especially with these retrogrades, and the masculines are starting to feel dominant feminine energy right now. So it's a real interesting mix, if you will. It's a kind of like a change up, if you will, a switch up of the energies. And just understand that, just as I've been explaining over the previous few weeks, that the masculines have been asked by spirit and source to literally turn around and go back and deal with these karmic situations and karmic endings prior to coming forward to their feminines. They're actually being physically held back from communicating, from interacting, from expressing themselves, from reaching out. And I do feel like they want to reach out. They feel they're feminine. They're just not expressing it in the physical. So, put my microphone on. The masculines haven't yet expressed, you know, to a lot of their feminines, I miss you, or I'm thinking about you. But that doesn't mean that it's not happening. I feel as though they're really wrapped up in the 3D world at this time, closing out those cycles that have been going on really past their expiration date. So let's talk about the masculines. Let's pull some cards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a medicine wheel spread, north, east, south, and west. Okay, so we're going to just tap into the energies of what's going on. Now, I've had a lot of people reach out to me this past week saying things were very challenging. And I just want you to know that that energy was felt by myself as well, especially 2 nights ago. I think it was Tuesday night. Monday night or Tuesday night was really intense. I think it was Tuesday. A very intensely challenging day. So just understand that you're not alone in feeling those energies. Okay, Spirit is just actually asking me to kind of start over. So let's go ahead. Okay. So Spirit, can we get some cards here? 4 cards representing the masculine's energy, north, south, east, and west. Can we get 4 cards representing the masculine's current energy? Okay, masculine's current energy, east, north, south, east, and west. Yes. North, south, east, and west, please. Spirit, for the masculine energy here in the connection. Masculine energy in the connection. Masculine energy. South, please. Okay. So let's pull the 4 cards here for the feminine. And again, I might look into the joint energies. We'll see, time permitting. Feminine energies, please. North, south, east, and west. Feminine energies, north, south, east, and west. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Feminine energies. East. Feminine energies, please. East. Destiny. Interesting. Feminine has a very earthy, grounding energy at this present time. Feminine energy, south. Feminine energy, south. Okay, past. Feminine energy, past. Okay, thank you. Feminine energy, west. Feminine energy, west. The west represents a part of us that needs to die. And with this scorpionic full moon, that energy is pretty intense. The cards are quiet. What feminine energy, what aspect of the feminine energy needs to die and is ready to go? Please, Spirit, what feminine aspect is ready to go and be released? Spirit? That's 2 cards. 1 card, please. Can we be clear? Show me clearly. Clarity. Thank you. Okay. So as I said, I'm still really getting to know these cards. So actually, I haven't had a chance yet to study the cards. So these cards are very much new to myself and new to you guys. Okay, so we're going to start with the masculine energy. So I'm just going to put the feminine cards to the side. So we're going to actually start with the south. That represents that which you need to let go of, what needs to be shed, an old wound that you no longer need to define yourself by. So the masculine's got the rattle, 43, which reduces to 7. So one of the first things I think of is this is the masculine's being rattled awake. So this whole, just intuitively reading this card, the masculines have been shook awake. I'm hearing shaken awake, shook awake by the divine. So the masculines are letting go of being asleep. They're letting go of the illusionary life that they've been leading that's really been them lying or deceiving themselves and acting in that deceptive behavior. The masculines for quite some time were able to kind of, what I'm seeing here with the masculine energy is they were able to kind of do this and not listen to the truth and not listen to even the feminine and what she was speaking about the connection and about how important and powerful this connection was. So a lot of masculines were just like doing this, turning a blind eye, and the divine is saying no longer. So let's take a look, see what the book has to say. The rattle is the spirit collar, carrying the shaman's prayer to the 4 directions. The body of the rattle is like the earth spinning on its axis. With the aid of the rattle, the medicine woman instills a desired destiny in her future, closing with the prayer, "Great Spirit, may your will be done." The rattle guides us to pray for all the earth, not just for our personal needs. Interesting. Right. So I really feel like, what needs to be let go of is the masculines trying to control their destiny. The masculines trying to, really fake themselves out and believe that they're in control when the divine is saying, I'm in control. So the masculines are really releasing that old wound of control. They think they can control their emotions, control their situations, their circumstances, their money, their wealth, their children, their karmic situations. And they're really unraveling is what I'm hearing. Unraveling. And they're being shaken awake in such a way that they cannot go back to the life that they were living. So that's the energy that I really feel for the rattle with the masculines. So we're going to go to the west. This represents a part of you that needs to die, an old story that needs to let go so that you may find a new meaningful story for your life. The smoky mirror, I feel like this is illusions. So this very much validates that first card, the rattle, the smoky mirror. So I'm also hearing smoke and mirrors here. So perceiving themselves in a way that was not authentic, perceiving themselves in a way where they masked their pain, they masked any childhood wounds, they jumped into these karmic situations. Again, it doesn't have to be a relationship, but for many, many divine feminines, your masculine is in an actual karmic relationship with a person. It can be a mother, it can be a father, it can be siblings, it can be career, it can be addiction. And some masculines have more than one karmic situation. And I just feel as though the masculines are being asked to look at their reflection. They're being asked, are you living the life that is authentically who you are as a soul? And they're letting go of the 3D matrix, of what the 3D matrix means, what it represents. And they're really starting to realize that their happiness and joy does not come from this false mirror that the 3D represents to them, this false reality that they've created. So let's take a deeper look. Yeah, this is shadow work. Interesting. This is shadow work. So the masculines are working through shadow work, and they're also, they're also learning what doesn't work for them. This is the part of themselves that they've denied or disowned. Okay, this is the part of them, what they're letting go of is being in a state of denial. Being in a state of denial, and they're letting go of the inability or refusal to see the truth of their situations, the truth of their reality, the truth of the life that they've been living, that this is never what they wanted. What they wanted was deep, soul-abiding love. They wanted abundance, but they're realizing that money is not actually abundance. You can have all the money in the world and be the poorest person, and you can have no money and be the richest person because you have connections, you have people that love you, you have joy in your life, you have hope. The masculines have been living with a lot of guilt, shame, regret, and pain. very unprocessed emotions, and that's the smoky mirror. They put on an act and a facade that says everything's fine, but it's just been a lie. So their lives have been a lie for a very long time. And they've used their success to paint the picture that they're good. Everything's good. I'm good. Everything's good. And, you know, they meet the feminine and she goes, I call bullshit. I call bluff. You're not fine. You're not happy. I can see past that. But the masculine has to discover that for himself and has to come to terms with really shedding this old life and shedding this old way of perceiving himself and others. Pretty powerful stuff. So let's move on to the card in the north. We have the Ancient Ones. This is the wisdom that the masculines are learning to acquire. So this is really about learning the lessons from the rattle and the smoky mirror. So from both the south and the west. So taking those lessons. And now this is more of present energy card. So what wisdom is ready to mature within the masculines? What great medicine are they ready to embrace? And what deeply buried treasures, what deeply buried treasures have become available to them? Well, they're gaining insight and intuition. They're realizing that they're old souls. They're realizing that they have guides that have been around. They have ancestral guides and they have spirit guides, and they're connecting on a much deeper level to their true being and true authenticity. They're no longer denying, right? They're no longer in that state of denial, letting go of that denial, being shaken awake, the great awakening of the divine masculine in 2020, the great awakening of humanity. But the feminine was already on her way to awakening, and the masculine is now following suit in 2020. And the masculines are really being guided into a more spiritual lifestyle. And it's not, you know, some of the masculines were considered themselves to be more religious, but this is actually, this energy is saying that's okay to embrace your religion, but let's talk about spirituality. Let's talk about the higher self. Let's talk about your spiritual guides. Let's talk about that guiding force, that driving force within you that drives you and magnetizes you towards your divine soul purpose and mission and your divine feminine. Okay, what is that all about, right? What is that energy all about? And because this is the first card, I feel like this represents a new beginning. This is the new beginning. And the Ancient Ones are the shamans of old who defeated death and escaped from the tyranny of time. Sorry, guys. I love to be outside, but I do have allergies, so my apologies. The Ancient Ones once walked the earth like us in flesh and bone. Now they reside in infinity and can counsel us after we say yes to our calling. They're available to help us attain our full realization. So this is about birthing that new energy on earth. The Ancient Ones are inviting you to reach to the future to help birth a new destiny for the earth. Go ahead, find out who you are becoming 10,000 years from now. If you accept the invitation, great power and blessings will come your way and allow you to craft a new destiny for yourself. You have unlimited spiritual resources available right now. This is so powerful. So these cards came out in 2018 just for reference. So this is about the Great Awakening, and this is about the masculines tuning into their true inherent power. They are awakening. I hear rumbling, with this rattle, okay, and this, I just hear and see, and I can just see the vision of a rumbling awake of the divine masculine collective, a rippling effect that starts with a rattle. It starts with just a quiet rattle, and it gets louder and louder, and the masculines can no longer ignore this. The masculines cannot ignore the rumble of the rattle. They are just being shaken awake at every nook and cranny, every possible turn. So when the masculines try to avoid this great awakening, they're just being shaken awake more and more and more. There isn't the possibility to return back to the life that they were living. That door has been shut, okay? That karmic wheel is turning, and that door is it's actually locked. So I see the masculines reaching for it. This is channeled information. So I see the masculines reaching for it, and they're trying to open the door, and the divine is saying, no more. You may not go back. You may not go forward to your feminine until you finish out this cycle, but you may also not go back to that which you were and that which you came from. So the masculines are feeling frustrated at this time and feeling like they're stuck. They feel like they're stuck in karma, and they're feeling sorry for themselves, and they're being shaken awake. So I actually see a lot of auditory, what they feel maybe are hallucinations, but it's actually ear ringing. So that's going to be on the masculine side, on the right side of the body. So I feel like the masculines are having these experiences of, they feel like they're seeing things, not just seeing things, but more so hearing things. They're hearing their feminine's name. They're hearing their spirit guides. They're hearing voices in their head, okay? They're having these vivid dreams that I've been speaking about on the 4D plane, where they're astral traveling, okay? They're completing missions in their dream. They're waking up exhausted. And the masculines are hearing things, and they can no longer tune out the voice of their soul. That's also what the rattle is about, is trying to tune out the voice of the soul. The masculines, the time has come for them to rise up, and they're being asked to help birth this new earth, okay? The masculines, this is some powerful, powerful, powerful energy. And lastly, we have the child, the card in the east, representing their divine possible destiny, the way that you will share your treasures and gifts with others. So immediately, of course, with the child card, I see not only divine blessings in the form of children being birthed, and this could be children that you're having. I feel like for a lot of feminines, these are children you're going to either birth or you're going to adopt, whether you're adopting their children or you become a step parent. But I feel like these are rainbow children. These are special children that are being birthed out of these connections. So again, whether you depending on your age, depending on what your desires are, some people don't want children, some people have passed that age, but just know that children are going to play an important role in your connection and in your missions. These children are very special, and these children carry the secrets to really ground and grid the new earth into form. Okay, so these children will carry on the lineage of the divine masculines, divine feminines who are in form now, who are in physical 3D form, which is us. But I also see this as inner child healing for the masculines, okay? So this is the masculines really, really tuning in with, okay, who am I? What am I? What does this all mean? And what can I do to bring myself back to a place of real, just utmost joy and happiness? So the masculines are learning to, even through their frustration, right? Even being rattled awake, the masculines are seeing through the illusions, right? Seeing through the illusions, being guided by ancestral forces and their spirit guides, being shaken awake. And the masculines are being guided by their children. So if they have, whether they're inner child and or their physical children, so whether that's spirit babies that are going to be birthed through the connection with you, or this is children that they already have, potentially with a soul teacher or karmic partner, it does not matter, because these children are important both to your counterpart and to you. And you're all connected on a soul level. These children were meant to be born, they were meant to be birthed, and that's part of the purpose of these karmic connections or soul teacher connections. So these children are going to be teaching the divine masculine. And I'll just share something personal. So my divine masculine has 2 children, and I've often thought that in particular, his daughter, who is the older one, was going to be a seer, so to speak, and a teacher for him, and was going to actually guide us together. And I strongly feel this for a lot of these connections, that these children are going to be guides for their parents, and they're going to guide these divine connections and counterparts back together at the right time. So they want both of their parents to be happy, and they're part of the destiny. They're part of the story that we're creating. So beautiful. Really so beautiful. So this is also about, stepping into innocence, and it's not naivety, it's wisdom, but it's innocence and joy, pure joy. And this is the possibility of entering heaven on earth. So really heaven on earth. And this is also about looking at these connections with fresh eyes, looking at them through the eyes of a child, and just seeing your partner so beautifully and so purely. So what a beautiful, beautiful spread for the divine masculine. So very powerful, so extremely powerful. Good job, divine masculines. Great job. We're rooting you on here. So let's switch over to the divine feminines. So we have the card in the south, the staff. We have the card of the giraffe, a very gentle divine being. I see third eye, intuition, and awakening. There's an intertwining. It looks like a DNA helix too. So I see that the feminines have been going through massive rebirth and regeneration on a cellular level, and I'm just hearing crystalline DNA structure. So letting go of the old, letting go of, again, that which we were. Let's take a look at this card. The staff is a symbol of authority. So of course I hear Emperor in my mind. It holds the power to temper extremes, find the right course of action, the way of the middle. Okay, so this is not the black and white, this is the gray area. The staff reminds you of the impermanence of all things and that your authority must come from your deep longing to serve. So this is about the feminines letting go of the idea that this connection was purely about a romantic partnership with their masculine. And at this time, the divine is asking the feminine to really step into this role of service to the world, okay, and to the globe. This is really, the medicine in this card really speaks to balancing out the feminine and masculine energies in action and non-action. So we can nudge destiny along quietly, right? And surrendering to our destiny, but not to be forceful with our destiny. So this is about the feminine surrendering, being receptive. And although the staff is a symbol of authority, this is about perhaps feminines who, like myself, who have been in more masculine energy, are being asked to really step back. Okay, stop trying to control the situation or the timing of things or your partner. I always get the question asked in personal readings or, just from people emailing me, from viewers, but tell me about the timing, Sarah. And the truth is that our ego will attach to that timing. So I don't focus a lot on timing, nor am I given by my guides or your guides the timing. I'm really blinded to that. So other readers may be privy to that, but I have been told that I am to empower my viewers and empower my clients. And I cannot empower you by promising you a timeline that may or may not play out. I feel like that's deceptive. And time is linear, time is fluid, so time is always changing. We are jumping timelines whenever we make decisions. So that wouldn't even be fair for me to say, okay, in 6 months from now, you'll be in union. Because so many things could happen. Free will plays a part. And we have to just be mindful that with all the changes happening personally and globally for all of us, that we are really being asked to surrender and let go of control and practice a new form of authority. This is authority for your own life, authority for that which you can control, which are your reactions and responses to life, controlling our emotions so that our emotions don't control us. So I feel like that's what the feminine is being taught right now, is this medicine of just sitting back and allowing life to happen rather than feeling like she has to constantly be on the go and constantly be pushing and doing and taking action. Step back and sit back and relax into the medicine of balancing out your inner energies. That's what draws your counterpart towards you faster anyway. When we're just in our masculine energy, we're basically repelling the divine masculine, okay? So let's talk about another energy of what needs to die, the drum. So it's funny, the masculine's got the rattle in the south and the feminine's got the drum in the west. Part of you that needs to die, an old story that needs to be let go, so that you may find a new meaningful story for your life. So what are the feminines releasing at this time? I just feel so much masculine energy in this card. So I feel like the feminines are releasing the need to be in their head versus their heart. Okay, so when we drum, when we play a musical instrument, the universe has a sound all her own. And when we're playing a musical instrument or when we're singing or listening to music of any kind, whether it has words or not, we're tapping into the divine energies of the universe, the celestial songs, if you will. And this is about the feminine tuning into her heart. And, drums, if you've ever been to a drum circle, drums invite you into a trance-like state. So it's almost like a form of escapism, but powerful spiritual escapism, where you can go to this place beyond reality, beyond the 3D constraints of time and space, and beyond all of that, and really find yourself in the center of it all as a soul, as a God particle. And that's what I feel like. So the feminine is being asked to take the next step and be bold. And she's being asked to let go of any hesitation. She's being asked to let go of anything that's holding her back from her divine mission. So feminines, if you've been holding off making a decision because you think you're masculine, well, I don't want to move because, you know, my masculine won't know where I go, or I don't want to delete my social media even though everything's telling me to and my soul is telling me to, because then they won't be able to contact me. The universe is saying with this card, your guides are saying, do it anyway. Move forward, forward momentum, forward movement. The divine will see that your counterpart catches up. And I know the illusions of the 3D tell you that that's impossible. How will they find me? How will they know? What will they think? We're told to do it anyway. The divine feminine's being asked to really let go of any reservations or hesitations to move forward with her life. And, you know, understanding that you are unique and you are different, and that is your medicine to the world. And so no longer playing an inauthentic role of pretending to be something you're not, feminine. It's time to step up and be everything that you are and everything that you came here to be, because that is the medicine that you offer the world. So imagine yourself, the divine is showing me just the feminine dancing and imagining herself drumming this, you know, this drum. What would that look like and what would that feel like? And imagine yourself really getting into it. And perhaps, you know, whether you have a drum or just a fake drum that you're just, you know, an air drum, but playing that music, that kind of deep, soulful bass music that's going to get you into that trance-like state. Dance around your home, dance in your underwear. You know, I mean, we're quarantined still, most of us, at least temporarily or at least partially. Use this energy and medicine to really drum out that which doesn't serve you and release it. It's really powerful. If you've never played a drum, I highly encourage you to do so. Even if it's just like a child's drum, just play that and know how it feels when your hand hits the drum and the energy and the vibration that goes out from that connection to this musical instrument. It's quite powerful. So let's move on to the card in the north. This is representing the wisdom that you need to acquire, the corn. So I have no idea what this card is about, but this is about the lessons from the south and the west. So the lessons from both the staff and the drum. Deeply buried treasures. So what deeply buried treasures are available to the feminine at this time? Let's find out. Corn represents the mother of sustenance and tangible abundance. This card represents material prosperity in the world of form or 3D world that provides stability and sustenance to many. There's more than enough. This is about your abundance, feminine. This is about you acquiring the wisdom that money is really energy and that there's enough for everyone. There's enough to go around for everyone. This is about honoring the bountiful harvest that is about to come into your life. This is a card of abundance and reaping the rewards of hard work, reaping the rewards of all the spiritual journey that you've done inward, the internal journey that you've been on. And, you know, this is a powerful card. It's almost like the sun card, you know, in the major arcana, although there is a sun card in this deck. This represents blessings of abundance coming your way for everything that you've put into this journey, and good luck and good fortune. So these are really the blessings of Jupiter is what I'm hearing. Jupiter blesses, and everything that Jupiter touches turns to gold. And Jupiter just went retrograde, I believe, in the sign of Capricorn. You can check out my last video. I talk all about that in the first 13 minutes. But Jupiter is currently retrograde, but this is going to bring big abundance and blessings our way, especially when Jupiter moves direct. So this is about, you know, the seeds that you planted, you know, the seeds that you planted for your life and watching them start to harvest. So feminines, you've got abundance, incoming joy, incoming wealth. And basically this is just asking you to sit back and watch it happen. No more fighting upstream, okay? Like the two fishes, like the Piscean energy. No more fighting upstream, just floating downstream. Merrily, merrily, merrily. Life is but a dream. That's the song that the divine has just given me. So feminines, life's about to get very sweet for you. You're going to be letting go of the struggle, okay? Beautiful, beautiful, powerful energy. And then we have the gatherer. So again, these are the two cards that I just thought, such grounding energy, such earthing energy. I'm seeing the energy of the fall here. So this is possible destiny. And I've been seeing fall for quite some time, but absolutely there's new beginnings, fresh starts in the fall for the feminine, and really a culmination of things, a culmination and a building of things. The roots and the seeds that you've planted in the past are coming to fruition in the fall. So how will the feminine share her gifts? Well, she's been gathering these gifts for lifetimes. She's been gathering this wisdom lifetime after lifetime, day after day, moment after moment. She's been walking her path, putting one foot in front of the other. So where is this leading the feminine? I feel like the feminine is starting to ground her gifts into the 3D. The gatherer finds abundant seeds, nuts, berries, and wild greens, where the ordinary person sees only barren soil. The gatherer is the provider, the forager, and the gardener who collects roots and vegetables for the long winter when game is scarce. She does not hoard, trusting the bounty around her. So feminines, you're about to step into an era, a chapter in your life where you trust. You're just going to, and I'm just hearing a fall into trust. It's a surrender. It's a fall. Like the energy of just like all the tension leaving your body. You know, when you take a deep breath and you go, and that's that energy of just kind of collapsing into all that is and releasing all the tension and all the fighting that you may have had up to this point in this connection, fighting the connection, fighting divine timing, fighting your counterpart, fighting the karmic cycles and connections and completions, you know, fighting the battles, you know, along the way, and fighting the triggering that's happening in the connection, fighting your own growth, your own soul growth. This is about you really gathering all those resources to be able to sit back and bask in this abundance. These cards go so beautifully hand to hand. Bask in the abundance, feminines. You have plenty, and you know that. There's so much low-hanging fruit for you right now, feminines, that is to be had, that is to be gathered. It's just right there. You've done all the work. There's no more hard work to do. It's time to let go of this belief system that says I have to work hard. That's distorted divine masculine energy that we're healing in 2020 as a collective. Both male and females are healing this. Again, it's just energy that I'm speaking of. Spirit has already provided everything that you need. And this is about, Spirit wants to tell you to practice gratitude, feminines. Practice gratitude for that which you have and enjoy the low-hanging fruit that's coming to you, the harvest that's coming to you. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, Spirit is saying. So since we're already on 37 minutes, Spirit wants me to go ahead and just pull one card. So please, can we have just one card? Spirit likes to drop, 5 or 10 cards at once. It gets excited, especially when I have a new deck. And let's get one card for the union connection, for the union energies, for my beautiful, beautiful collective here. Thank you so much, guys, if you're still watching. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for purchasing this deck for me, Jennifer. I can't wait to get more into it. It's so beautiful. I've wanted this deck for so long, and I just couldn't bite the bullet to purchase it for myself. So it means so much when I receive a gift like this, and thank you so much for your contribution. So, beautiful soul. Could we get some hearts in the comments for Jennifer, please? Thank you, Jennifer. May the abundance that you gave to myself in this channel float back to you 100-fold. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. So let's see. One card. They're very quiet, so what I'm going to do here, because the cards, when they're new, they're a little sticky. So Spirit is saying, spread the cards out, and I'm going to choose one card for the union energy, guys. The union energy. What's union energy? Thank you, Spirit. Magic! Magic! 33 magic. If you're seeing 33 or 333, this is very significant for you. Magic. Magic is happening in the connections right now. So you are magic, feminines. Your divine masculine sees you as magical. Your divine masculine sees you as that high priestess. Not even the empress, the high priestess energy. There's magic abundant in the connections right now. There's a very innocent energy floating around in the connection. And there's this energy of tuning into the cosmic consciousness with this purple energy that I'm seeing in this card. These cards are exquisite. They're so beautifully drawn and illustrated. Yeah, the feminine energy here is really abundant. So the divine masculines are also waking up to the magic within them, the magic of the connection, and really the magic of this journey. So Spirit is asking me to tell you guys, before I look in the book here, Spirit is saying, hold on to the magic of the journey, because that's what's real. So don't take it so seriously. Let go, relax, enjoy the journey, enjoy the bumps, enjoy the ride, enjoy the obstacles, enjoy all of it, enjoy the triggers, enjoy the suffering and the pain and the joy and the ecstasy. Enjoy all of it, because it's all part of the journey and it's everything we signed up for. Believe it or not. The infinite intelligence of Great Spirit that makes up the fundamental fabric of the universe. We experience the evidence of this magic through synchronicity or meaningful coincidence. So guys, expect in these connections, expect the synchronicities, the numbers, the signs to speed up or ramp up here as we move forward through 2020. There's no slowing down, there's no backing up, there's only moving forward from this point. So expect those synchronicities to really multiply. And this is about seeing the eyes, seeing the world, seeing these connections through the eyes of a child. Magical innocence, wonderment, just being in wonder of this connection with your divine masculine, of the 5D connection that you experience, of the dreams that you experience, the signs, the synchronicities, the call to your soul, coming back home to yourself, the infinite potential that exists in the great mind. And you're being invited to call it in and recognize the dance and synchronistic events, signs, symbols, and omens given to you through the oracle of the ordinary world, or the 3D world. This is a sign that Spirit is reminding you that you co-create your world in a sacred partnership. So you're co-creating with Spirit and manifesting your destiny. So your role, Divine Feminine, is to dream, to intend, and to watch for the signs that show you what next action to take. What is my next best step? Okay, what is my next best step to take? You are on track to your dreams coming true. Pay attention. Magic gives birth to miracles. So if you've forgotten Divine Feminine, if you've forgotten that we live in a world infused with magic and that miracles happen every single day, if you've forgotten this, you're being asked to tune back into the beauty and magic of this connection. So beautiful, beautiful energies. I feel so blessed to be able to give back, to be able to be a part of this journey. And it has challenged me to my very core. It's challenging me every single day in different ways to wake up to myself, to wake up to my past, to do my healing, to heal the inner child. And I know all of you are feeling that as well. So we are about to kick into very high gear, Spirit is telling me. So as we kick into high gear here and we move into summer, I just want to remind you guys to stay as grounded as possible, stay in the energy of magic, and understand that these connections are divinely blessed and divinely ordained. It's a divine partnership. Nothing can get in the way of this divine partnership, not even timing, not even death. So sending so many blessings to all of you, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye.